Hi, I'm Christopher Dunn again. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Brooklyn 9-light double shade ring pendant. This is the 131068. Let's get into details about it, and let's talk about the size of the fixture body itself, and that's going to be independent of the rods that it's hanging from. It's coming in at 21.7 inches high, and this is 32 inches in diameter, so it's a good size fixture. When we talk about overall height, we're really talking about the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the actual ceiling, and that's going to encompass all the different parts and the canopy. And a good way to show you that is there's a chart on the page for this, down there in the corner. It's going to show you all of the fixed heights that Hubbardton Forge offers. It's also going to show you which combinations of rods you're going to use to get to those fixed heights. So you're going to see this range go from 24.1 all the way to 69.1. However, this ships with 120 inches of wire, and let's say you need about 6 inches, 5 to 6 inches of wire to get from the fixture to the box, to the electrical box. You would be just ordering pipes from us, basically. So you can order these additional kits. Just drop me a quick email, tell me what you're up to, tell me you're looking at a 131068, how long you need your fixture to be, and then we'll figure out what you guys need. Very easy. Hubbardton's using this system of interconnected pipes, and how they work is it's going to be using a connector that has threading on the ends. The pipes themselves have threading on the insides on both ends, so you really just put them together. And it goes like this, and you just screw them together. Takes a quick second, and you'll notice that you can barely even see the seam. It's really, really tight and beautifully milled. You're going to be getting 3 pieces of the 12-inch to begin with. You're going to get 1 piece of the 6 and 1 piece of the 3. And like I said, you can just order extra kits, so drop a quick email if you want to do that. Okay, why don't we move on from there, and I want to show you a little more information about this and how you put it together, and we're going to look at the installation instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF, so open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you how we put it together, which is basically you're going to put a towel down on a table, you're going to put the fixture body down, and you are going to kind of work your way up. So you're going to be taking, you're going to figure out which pipes you need to begin with to get to the overall height that you guys need, and then you are going to basically just put the wires through the little parts one by one. So it's easier to do it that way in parts and then screw it together afterwards. So you're going to put the wires, snake them through the little connector, through a pipe, through a connector, through a pipe, and eventually you're going to come out on the top at the canopy, and then you're just going to screw them together, and you're going to build your fixture going up. It's a super easy way to do it. At the very top of this, you're going to be using a canopy, and the canopy is going to be standard 5-inch canopy. It goes over your standard 4-inch junction box, just like that. This is slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees already. There's a knuckle at the top of this built in, just like your finger, like that. So basically it can go from 45 to just flat, and you don't have to do any customization if you guys have a slope ceiling. Okay, why don't we touch on, kind of move on from there. I think I mentioned it's 26.4 pounds, hangs from a normal junction box, so that's good to know. Finish on this, you're going to have a couple pull-down menus. You're going to have the pull-down menu that says choose your finish for the fixture. That's going to encompass this, which is the canopy, the rods coming down, the canopy stem, the outer shades on it, the ring, that kind of thing. And then the inner one is, the inner shade is going to be the accent. So that's going to be the other pull down menu that you see up there. So you can do them all in the same finish. A lot of people like to use contrasting finishes. I think that looks pretty good. There's a lot of great Brooklyn fixtures in this line, including wall sconces that would go great with this. And you'll see, if you kind of peruse through the Brooklyn stuff, you'll see all that Brooklyn stuff is going to be offered, or you'll see photographs of different combos, and that's a good way to call it, and check them out, and you can kind of see what they look like in those different combinations of finishes. Okay, moving on from there, why don't we talk about what's going on inside of this. The glass on this is going to be Hubbardton Forge's opal glass. I'll go into more detail about that. There's an embedded retaining ring, so it just screws on over the socket. So you're not going to be able to see what's going on inside of this for lamping. If you want to go G9 is going to be the socket, so that's going to be what you're going to be using in each of these 9 lights. You can go 60 watts if you want to for halogen bulbs, and you can do clear halogens, you can do frosted halogens, but your max is going to be 60. 60 is a lot for 9 lights. You might even want to scale it back down to like 40 watts if you want to go that way. If you want to go LEDs, and everyone seems to, then it's really up to you. The best way to do it is to go on Amazon, put in G9 LED, and up is going to pop up a huge page of things for you to look at. The ones that look like corn cobs, they are called cob LEDs. You're going to notice some of them have orange stripes in them and sometimes orange lines. Those are called phosphorus LEDs. No better or worse, they're just different mechanics of what's offered. So when you get into wattage equivalents, you know, we've got 40 watt equivalents. That's this guy right here. These come in 75 watt equivalents. I don't know if you have to go that high. But there's also 20 watt equivalents too. It's really up to you. But don't forget, you've got 9 of these going on. So you can do what you like. The color of the light's going to be really important. So 2700 Kelvin, you'll see that's offered there. 2700K, that's the color of a setting sun. That's also the color of the light that comes out of halogens, so that gives you a good gauge on that. On the other side of that, you're going to see offered in daylight, and make sure that you know that daylight is not a warm light. That's a blue-white hospital waiting room overcast daylight, and that's something you should know too. That's 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom is called warm white. Warm white mimics the incandescent glow that we all grew up with. That is 3,000 Kelvin. It's a light coming down in my hands, just like this on this table. This is 3,000 Kelvin, that's what we like to use. So it's really up to you what you guys put into this. It's a dimmable fixture, like I said. If you're going to be using LEDs, make sure you put in the correct dimmer for that, because there are different dimmers. And then if you go halogen, regular dimmer is fine, good to go. So I want to touch on Hubbardton Forge's glass for just a second. Hubbardton Forge's opal glass is not just another piece of white glass. This is actually hand-blown glass. All of their glass is hand-blown. And to begin with, it's actually a clear piece of glass to start with. And then they come in, they blow a second layer on the inside of white glass. Then they come back and they do a third step where they sandblast the entire outside. So you'll notice when you get these in your hands, they actually have layers of glass on them on the end. You can see them on these two pieces. And it gives it this really soft, semi-transparent, kind of milky quality. It's a soft glowing piece. Really, really pretty. You know, they're really obsessed about details at Hubbardton Forge, and a lot of people don't. I don't think they appreciate it out in the world, but you appreciate it because that's why you guys are here watching this video. There you go. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, do me a favor, look over on the left-hand side of the screen. You're going to see a lot of red tabs over there. One is going to be the Finishes Help Guide. When you're done with this video, go over there and open that up for me, and you're going to see a video at the top of that page of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a color chart just below the video, so scroll down a little bit, you'll see that chart. You'll notice there are pictures that have the letter A on them, pictures that have the letter B on them, and I'm going to be talking about that range you can see in variance on there in that video, so it's really important to watch the video, use that chart. When you're done with all that, come back down to that chart. You can click on any of those pictures and see a lot more samples of Hubbardton Forge fixtures in that finish. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in dark smoke, click on dark smoke. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in vintage platinum, do the same, and so on and so on and so on. That's a great way for you to see a lot of Hubbardton Forge stuff in different finishes and really take advantage of that, okay? So our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On display page on our website. It's going to be back in the red tabs over there. A lot of good things in that section. Check out. So when you open that up, you'll see it's all divided up into different sections like dining pendants and outdoor lighting. We're always adding to that. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. They don't even have a showroom like this. Nobody does. And they use this as their showroom when you guys come to Vermont to visit us. So lots and lots to see here. You can see all the different glass, all the different finishes, all the different fabrics, all of those things. In addition to that, we have a clearance center. So the clearance center stuff are returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. That's an amazing deal for you. If you guys want to take advantage of that, you have to come here to Vermont to see us. And when you do me a favor, measure all the kind of things about your project and what you guys are doing. So the most important thing is measure your ceiling heights to begin with. Measure distances between junction boxes and like windows and ceilings and those kind of things. So if you're looking at sconces on the wall, you can see if they're going to fit for you. If you're doing pendants over a kitchen island, measure the distances between those junction boxes. Widths of tables, kitchen tables, dining tables, lengths of tables, islands, all that good stuff. And also do a couple more things. If you guys have some tablets or iPads laying around, take pictures of all these things. Take pictures of the kitchen. Take pictures of the projects you're doing. Bring that in so we can kind of go through those pictures together, and we'll be able to see what you guys are up to. Okay. And also the boxes and clearance stuff, for clearance stuff, are basically packed for shipping. Don't forget, these were supposedly shipped out. So the boxes tend to be on the bigger side, so bring a decent size SUV if you want to take stuff home. It's a really good opportunity for you. When you buy your Hubbardton forged fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer that offers 90-day returns and no restocking fees. That's 3 months after you receive something to send it back, and there's no restocking fee on that. Some larger items and custom things, and it's usually going to be big things on pallets, are going to be non-returnable. It'll always tell you on the page for an item if that is the case, so always keep an eye out for that. And we also offer a rush program. So to get all these different metal finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. They generally take about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it's really, really inexpensive. If you want to know more about that, just drop me a quick email and I can clue you in on details, okay? So our showroom in Vermont is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to drop a quick email, you can do that all the time. And that's going to be at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Or you can call me during business hours, 802-446-2400. So thank you for stopping in today, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.